Hello and welcome to another video on the MCO NXT channel. So we want to talk in this video a little bit about the Nintendo, the GameCube app on the Switch 2. On the Switch 2, I want to show you first how you can connect the controller, the new GameCube controller, to the Switch 2. It's super easy. I just accidentally did it before the video, so I'll just take you through how it works. This one, when you unbox it, it comes out. I mean, it arrived without any power, so I had to charge it overnight. Fair enough. And then all you need to do is you go to change grip order, and then all you need to do here is to press this button, but press it deep, and then that's it. It's connected. Yeah, straightforward. And it recognizes it not as a Pro controller, but actually as a GameCube controller. Straightforward. And if you're just here for that, feel free to leave. But I wanna give you some more value here. What we want to do on this in this video, I want to talk to you a little bit about that expansion pack, what games are included, what's coming, yeah, the other games that will come out for that, if I think it's worth it. We will also talk a little bit about the controller now, before we then take a look at that expansion pack, and then and then afterwards, what we will do, we will take a quick look at each of the games. I'll talk a little bit about the specifics related to the controller for each game. And yeah, I mean, what's special about this controller? Let's start with that. Then, when we've done that, I will take you through the expansion pack, and then we will go to the main screen and just test these games. I mean, this controller here, it was built. It has this weird look, but for many people, and again, I mentioned it in the unboxing video. I skipped basically, unfortunately, pretty much entirely the GameCube generation, because when I was growing up, Nintendo 64, Sega Game Gear, and then I think it was just that age. I don't know, girlfriend didn't like the gaming, and then I skipped it. Yeah. I skipped it entirely, and so I'll find my way back to that now. But a lot of people say the GameCube controller is one of the best ones that was ever designed, and it's got that weird look, but it was designed ergonomically for different hand sizes. And I have to say, I really like it. It's probably because it is so unique. It looks so unique. This controller is very special. So it was built around the A button here, the green A button. Why is it so prominent? It looks a bit weird, but yeah, it was designed basically around that. That's why it's so huge and right in the center. Nintendo wanted players to instinctively rest their thumb there, because this is the main action in almost like any game, right? The other buttons, B, X, and Y. Again, I'm not an expert here, right? But I know a little bit about the GameCube. But they are placed around it like satellite functions. And the idea was that your thumb, it doesn't have to move to reach anything. Like, it's kind of the opposite of the symmetrical layout we now see on the Xbox or PlayStation. With this one is not symmetrical, right? So not the buttons and everything. So that's quite special. So I didn't want people to accidentally pause the game or something. They just wanted it to be very action focused. Yeah. Now the B button is very small. The red one here. It's very small and kind of tucked away on the left, and that was intentional. So Nintendo made it quite small so that player, wouldn't hit it by accident, especially when smashing A. And if you look closely, all the, all the buttons basically, they have different sizes and shapes, and that was meant to help you navigate by feel. So without even looking down, your thumb always knows exactly where it is, which kind of could be a problem on the N64 at times. I remember that, when it was not like that. So that was pretty cool. Then you've got obviously this weird yellow stick on the controller, and it isn't really a second analog stick. It's, I think it was just for camera movement. So we didn't talk about all this stuff when I unboxed it. It was already a long video. But this was like more for camera movement, which is quite special to this one. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And that's why it's smaller, and it has this feel it, it's got this rubber dome, which has different feel to the main controller. And it feels more like a tool than a full control stick, which makes sense if you, I guess, play games like Smash Brothers. Yeah. By the way, people still think, a lot of people say that, and I'm not a Smash Brothers expert, that this is the best controller for Smash Brothers, which is why this is one of the few controllers that's actually survived its main console. Yeah, I mean, they made one for the Switch 1, right? Especially specifically for the Smash Brothers game. Maybe one more thing is that back in the GameCube days, they released a wireless version of the controller called the Wavebird. You might know about it. It was ahead of its time. It was wireless. It was not Bluetooth. It was just wireless without lag. Um, but yeah, they had a massive. I think they had. I saw it once. They had a massive like battery pack or something. But the problem with that one was they removed the rumble feature because of the battery usage. So yeah, but again, for the first time on the GameCube, you could actually play wirelessly, but your controller was silent and vibration free, and yeah, but people liked it because it was wireless. Yeah, freedom. So now it's everything is wireless basically, right? Yeah, and then is there anything else specific about it? No, well, I don't think so. I think what I want to do now, I want to take you through the expansion pack. So we'll take a look at the website, and I'll take you through what's actually included, and then we'll actually take a look at some games because they're quite exciting. And so yeah, hope you enjoyed that already. And let's hop over to the computer screen. So, and just quickly here on the Nintendo website, just to show you the difference between the memberships. So, to be able to play GameCube games on your Switch 2, you need to get not only the Nintendo Online or the Switch Online membership, but you also need to get this expansion pack. Now, you can play some games like N64 and I think the Game Boy and maybe Sega, pretty sure Sega, with the normal membership. That's I think $31.49 in British pounds per year. Now, well, it depends on if you have a family membership or not, but the expansion pack is really what you need. So if you have an individual membership, it's $34.99 per year. I think that is okay. That is, I think, acceptable. I mean, you already pay enough for the hardware. With the expansion pack, you can also play the Game Boy Advance games, and then obviously N64, and I think you get some upgrades as well, like for the Zelda games for the Switch 2, and obviously the GameCube games. But yeah, you need basically that expansion pack. Okay, let's take a look at some of the games. Okay, so we are here now on the Switch, in the Switch, basically in the Switch. Well, before we actually dive into the games, the GameCube games, I just wanted to take you briefly through Nintendo Switch Online, just to show you if you haven't got that. Hold on, just need to double check if it's actually recording. Yeah, okay, all good. Just need to make sure here that you all understand what this includes. The Nintendo Classics, right? So you've got the Nintendo GameCube games, yeah, with the new one, Strikers now, and again, we just talked about which other ones are coming. Again, I have never really played any of these. I played Wind Waker a little bit, here and there. F-Zero GX is kind of new to me, I have to admit. Soul Calibur 2 is new to me, and Strikers as well. So again, I mentioned it in the unboxing video of this controller that I kind of skipped that console generation. I never really played Advance as well, so I'm so keen to explore all of that. N64 is obviously my console. This is what I grew up with. Really looking forward to that. A lot of new games added since I've checked the last time, so this is something I'm definitely going to explore. That I'm also going to collect games, real games, N64 original and boxed games. So I'm going to do that on this channel as well, Retro Corner. As I never had a Super Nintendo, but I played with friends back then. Never had a Game Boy, never had an NES. Well, that's before my time, really. So I was more like Game Gear, yeah, and N64. So I'm really looking forward to all of that. Okay, let us go back to the home screen, and then we'll talk a little bit about those games, and we'll test them all out here and there a little bit. So let's go to the Nintendo Classics. Yep, gotta close that. and we're starting that. And so the first one I actually want to take a look at is Wind Waker. I tested it briefly. There might even be a save game. Interesting about, so I'll talk a little bit about each of these because I did a bit of research what each of these kind of entails. Some of you are experts here, some not so much. So I want to make sure that maybe everybody can learn a little bit. Now, what really is annoying about this is the following. The Wind Waker game doesn't have 16:9. So you're stuck with those like left and right kind of gray black patterns. The problem is if someone has an OLED screen, I believe after a few hours this could damage your TV. Okay, be aware of that. Now I don't have an OLED here, but I wish they would have just given us the possibility to just have black borders left and right. Now that is something, truly annoying. Now I can get used to that, but still I would have loved to have it just black. Yeah, I thought it saved already. Yeah, just do it. I didn't really play much anyway, so we'll see what happens here. Okay. What return? Okay. I thought I saved it already. Let me just double check that. No, I might not have done that. Okay, anyway, we'll just start briefly. Start. Ben. Yeah, I mean, I've never played it. Obviously, this is one of the games that doesn't have a realistic graphic. Yeah, this is all about the cell shading, and let's just let the intro run. Don't think we can actually skip it, so I'll talk a little bit about what I know about this game. So what's interesting is that this is actually the original GameCube version. It's not the HD remaster from the Wii U. So you might remember if you played the Wii U. I had a Wii actually, didn't have the Wii U. But if you played on the Wii U, there was an HD remaster. That's also why we don't get the 16:9 here on this console. Or 4:3 actually. Yeah, that means you'll see the gray side borders, right, on your screen. And again, unfortunately, Nintendo doesn't really give us a way to turn those off. So on OLED screens, that could be a little annoying, but it's manageable. But still, maybe they will think about that in the future. The game runs, as far as I've seen, because I tested it before, briefly. I haven't saved, apparently, but it runs beautifully. You've got cel-shaded graphics. In my view, they still hold up quite well today. And the upscaling on the Switch 2 makes it quite, pop. It does look smooth, as you will see. It looks very colorful. And, I mean, I find it still feels great to play. But I only really tested it for 15 minutes. So we'll take another look at that. What I want to show you is, like, with the new controller, like, what the specifics are. And yeah, let's just see this. Let's just get this intro over with. The good news is, and that's really good, is the camera. I don't know, the rotation of the camera. It's weirdly inverted on this game. I have no idea why Nintendo did it that way. So basically, when you press left, it goes the wrong way, and the original GameCube version, they didn't give people the option to change that. But the emulated version here, through the emulator settings, we can actually remap the controls and flip the C-stick direction. So we'll see if we can do that. Yeah, and I think you can... I'm not sure how. I'll double check how the saving works because I didn't do that the first time. But yeah, I think it's a solid version of Wind Waker, and I'm looking forward to that one because I've never really played it. Okay, as I said, I skipped that GameCube version. So I don't know. Can I actually skip it somehow? Can I? No. Come on, Nintendo. Why can we not skip the intro? Okay, it's not long. It's not long. We'll just enjoy it. There we go. And it was already released in 2003, right? So it's like old. People were I remember reading about it because I was so much looking forward to a realistic game on the GameCube. I never had a GameCube in the end, but that cell shading, I don't know, people were split at first, really split. And a lot of fans were expecting a darker, more Ocarina-style Zelda, right? And then Nintendo dropped this bright, cartoonish version with big-eyed characters and expressive faces. But, you know, over time, this art style aged really, really well, yeah? And you see it already in the graphics. The upscaling gives it a clean, almost modern look without touching without really changing too much or, touching the original models. Colors pop really, and animations look quite charming, I have to say. Link has some facial expressions. It does add personality, that style. Now, as I said, you don't get the widescreen. All right. So yeah, and this is so weird, that camera, it's so weird. Oh. It's the wrong way around, isn't it? So let me see if we can change that in the controls. So how do I get to the change controls? So yeah, here you see the GameCube controller. Move camera, so change controls. And I think it's about, I just have to click here, move camera, rotate right. I don't know, how do I change that actually? How do I change that? Button to change? You can change button actions here, right? Okay. But how? Click on it. Oh yeah, okay, so you change them around. Okay, okay. We'll see if that worked. Can I now leave? Back? Save. Oh, let's see if that worked now. Is that now the right way? I think so. Some people also like the zoom in inverted. That works for me. Hey, yeah, I think it's now. Hey, it feels much different now. You see, it does really look nice. So we've got the controls sorted. The game feels charming. First impressions, it's a solid. It's a solid one, but yeah, it is let me go down here. It was a really controversial Zelda game. I also back then, I remember I expected a bit more of a gritty, realistic Zelda. Like, you know, there was this N64 tech demo, you might remember that back in the day. And then they showed this cartoon style and people were pissed off, but well, anyway. Oh no, come on. So controller does feel responsive. Will you use that yellow stick for camera movement? I think I might want to invert the zooming in, zooming out as well. Do I want to invert that? Well, feels super responsive. I mean, when I play a game like that, I guess for Wind Waker, I'm not sure if it's so important, but especially for F-Zero, as you'll see, I mean, I like to play games which, you know, I prefer it when the game is actually made for a certain controller to actually play. Can I do anything here? Probably not yet. To actually use that controller to play. So cool. I mean, I don't really want to talk too much about the game here. We'll probably do that in a few Let's Plays. I actually want to move now to the... F-Zero game. So what? Can I save? Cool if you can do that at any point now through the emulator, which is super helpful with a game like that. Okay, F-Zero. And this is cool because you will see there is a 16:9 widescreen format. There is no... one save file. There are... I don't know. Yeah, let's do it. Oh. So also here I haven't really tested it. Not sure if I did the saving correctly. Probably not. Yeah. But the intro you'll see... Oh, it should be 16:9, or maybe we can change that. I thought it was. Press start pause, yeah. So anything special about this game? So obviously it's quite hard. I mean, I've never really played it much. I remember F-Zero from... I've never played F-Zero on the N64, can you believe it? Because I remember it from the Super Nintendo, but I've never really played it. Oh, I didn't want to customize. I wanted to go to options. But this game is fast. Again, I tested it once here. Yeah, screen mode, widescreen. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna play novice. I'm really bad at this, and this game is insanely fast. Can we actually change the controls? Don't want to change controls, but I thought there might be a way. Controller. Calibration. So they give you, so you have the possibility to select the rumble. You can calibrate. You can change the sensitivity here in the emulator. My impression is, and that's kind of normal with emulated games. I also did read up about it, but I see it as well. There could be like a minimal, like just a little bit of a delay. When the control stick actually reacts, right? So, because obviously there's something in the background that has to calculate and tell the Switch what's happening, right? So that's normal with emulators, which is a bit difficult with these games, but if you change the sensitivity of your controller, Again, I haven't played enough yet to say this is really a problem, but I feel it. Like there might be a little bit of a delay, so you might want to increase the sensitivity of your controller a little bit. Yeah. It apparently this is one of the hardest and most intense racing games Nintendo ever published. Yeah, I always play Captain Falcon. I did it on the SNES. But I think this game was made for the GameCube, right? So the GameCube controller is just perfect for this game. And it has the right tension. Let's go. It has the right tension, and if you need to have the precision, the GameCube controller gives you that. I honestly have to focus now. I know I sit too close in front of the TV. So. Wow. What's happening here? Yeah, so you've got the RL triggers to shift left, right. So I'm just testing a bit as well. Yeah, I think I did play it before, just tested it for a few laps, you know, with the Joy-Cons. And this here feels great. The stick feels, in my view, better than the Joy-Cons. I mean, not that the Joy-Cons are like bad controllers. I think I know, I might not have tested it with a Pro controller. I need to get better at this. And then talking and playing this, ooh. Yeah, final lap. I'm so bad. But this is just about like a live controller test and first impressions, and just see how it goes here. I have the impression that I feel that very, 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 very slight delay in the response of the controller, but that could be very, very subjective, and maybe only because I read about it. Amazing game. I'm looking forward to playing more. Well, you know what I have to do, because I sit really close in front of the TV. I have to move because I record with a laptop and a game capture card, and then have the cable of the microphone plugged into the laptop. So I just now got to move the laptop a little bit closer to me. That allows me to sit a little further away from the... in case you hear noises now. Okay, hopefully that all still records. But it allows me to sit a little further away from the TV, because it's a massive TV. So I'm just... my eyes hurt. Okay, and it's quite difficult to focus on the entire screen, to be fair, when doing that. So... maybe the second one will be a bit better. Proceed to next. So it's just a little bit of gameplay we're doing here. I don't know too much about F-Zero, to be honest. I remember when I played it as a child on the SNES with a good friend. Hey, that was a good start, actually. Not too bad. But you really have to practice this, I mean. And I guess you want to use more the L and R buttons, the triggers, to move left and right here. And I think isn't Y for the turbo? Yeah. So Y button is for turbo. Oh, that's fun now. I do sincerely hope it records everything properly here. I do record in 4K, but it might have some problems with a racing game like that. Okay, so I'm back. I just needed to double check here on my laptop, if it actually recorded everything properly, which it did, which is always a bit of a challenge when you have a capture card and last thing you want is you play and it doesn't capture what you did, or it didn't capture it properly. Let's do one more. That was good. That was a win. Next, let's Sand Ocean. And I guess afterwards we're gonna check the Soul Calibur. I'm going to skip the... no, we'll also do a round of the Mario Strikers. I made a specific video about that one though. Alright, let's see if we can get that turbo start. Yep, pretty cool. Okay, getting used to that now. It's still novice though, so I'm not great. It's a great racing game. It's fun. It's something for... You know what I really like is like games where you don't need to spend a lot of time. I mean, you need to practice it, of course, but just having a game where you can just switch on the console and start playing without, you know, the need to be immersed for hours, because sometimes I just don't have the time. Oh no, come on. Yeah, retired. Alright, come on, let's do the let's do the Soul Calibur. Let's do it. Oh. Let's exit that. How can I? I don't know. How do I? Game selection. There you go. So looking forward to Soul Calibur. Haven't checked this out at all. This is obviously with Link as playable character, which is quite cool. They released this game on several consoles, and on each of the consoles there's an exchangeable character. So on the GameCube version back then, you had Link, and I don't know who it was for the Xbox version, and I think on the PlayStation version it was one of the guys from Tekken. It's good that they included this, because I think it's a pretty cool game. I haven't played it myself, but I did read good reviews on it. Seems to be still a good fighting game. And it does run in widescreen, so I need to change that. You see already the characters here. Alright, is there a way to skip that? Don't think so. Let's just enjoy it. So this is obviously first start, so it always shows us that intro. And this one also supports local multiplayer, right? And online play, but you have to have your opponent in your friends list. And so, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. Yeah, looking forward to that. Definitely for local multiplayer as well. So this has native widescreen already back in the GameCube version, which is pretty cool. I think back in the day, not many TVs actually were widescreen, but they already included it. Okay. Wild. All right. First, let's switch on display settings. Cool. Honestly, we're just gonna test arcade. Can I select Link already? No, probably not, no. Oh yeah, why not? Looks pretty good. So I think the character models, they look quite decent. What they couldn't do here, obviously, I think some of the... You know, what isn't like 3D rendered is obviously not upscaled, like the backgrounds. You see the floor looks a little bit... Again, I've never played that. Hey, cool. Also, some of the 2D text looks a little bit blurry, and especially here on a large monitor. Come on, just testing some buttons, but... Oh no, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose! Good. Okay. She fell. She fell. Okay. Hey, that's a fun game. Again, do I really have skill here? No, you know, I haven't. Oh wow. That is a fun game. Doesn't seem to be too complicated as well. I mean, there are probably great combinations. You know, I'm obviously not... I need to practice this and everything. But with... I mean, I've played Street Fighter, the new one, you know, I mean, the remastered one for Switch 2, which is a great game, but it's super complex and everything. And I mean, it's a different level. Oh, nice. But yeah, I think, you know, Destiny awaits no one, it says there, right? Or press start to skip. This looks... and quit now if you want to live, but this just isn't upscaled, right? So it looks still a little bit yeah, I mean, they could have done maybe, I don't know if they would have needed to change textures and everything. There are some, I think, hobby projects, emulators where they've actually sharpened these, but Nintendo obviously isn't gonna do that. So yeah, but maybe they could have, but yeah. I mean, great, the controller, but I'm not really skilled here. I don't really have muscle memory for this game, so I don't really know any great combinations here. Hey, that's a new one. Hey, look what he can do. But yeah, controller feels great. What can I say? Just trying to try a few different things here, but... I love that game. Cool. Looking forward to exploring more here. Maybe with friends or... team, or just for some casual gameplays. Really cool. Okay, I would say let's take a look at the... I'm gonna just go to game selection and give the other one a shot, which is the Smash Football. This one also has widescreen format. I talked a lot about this game already in the specific video that I made about this one, but I've never played it with the GameCube controller. Now, sorry, I mean, I played it with the Pro controller. So what you obviously... I mean, the game itself looks quite fun, yeah. But also here you see like the 2D is just sort of a little bit blurry, a bit... Yeah. But this is a super fun game, and it recognizes here the GameCube. Oh, it might always have that GameCube logo there. Okay. But yeah, this is like super like blurry, and I don't know, they could have maybe, I don't know, sharpened that a little bit, but not so important. The game is important, and that is nicely upscaled as well. So what's actually the... How do I shoot? I can't remember. Not with this controller. It's been a week already. Oh yeah, with B. So this is basically a football game without rules. And it's super fun. It's like Smash Brothers with football. Ah, dear. And I think I switched from easy to medium or so. I can't remember. So this is not the easiest enough. Yay. I think this game really shines. I mean, I really need to get used to the GameCube controllers here, because I played it with the Joy-Cons or the Pro controller last time. But I think this really shines if you play multiplayer. I'm looking so forward to that. Yay! No, come on. Okay, I'm getting smashed here. They get like electric. Oh. Oh. Literally second time in my life I've played this, and then last time was just a week ago, just for a video for a first test of the new game. Oh no. So is the while I'm losing here, is this worth it? You know, the expansion pack with 4 games at the moment. I think yes. I mean, if you like retro games, if you want to test them, I mean, just for Wind Waker alone, it's probably worth it. You obviously have to buy the... Yeah, you don't have to buy the controller. Just important to understand that you don't get access to these games just with the controller, right? You have to get the subscription. That's key. And I think it's worth it, especially with the other games. And then they have other ones announced. All right, I'm probably going to wrap it up here. These games are all super cool. I'm really look forward to dive into the Zelda game, especially in single player, to see what that includes, to kind of relive some of those, well, not memories, but as I remember, I did read a lot about that game also as a child. But I skipped that console, generation, so I'm looking forward to exploring that. And we'll obviously make some Let's Plays about that. And oh my goodness, I'm looking forward to the new ones that are going to come out. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. Thanks for being with me here today. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.